Here is Danny, and today, WarlustGG asked me a question on Twitter the other day. What are 3 things I don't want to see return in the next Battlefield game? Well, there is a lot. However, he only asked for just 3 things, so here they are and why. The first one is of course Attrition, one of the worst things added to Battlefield. Not only it ruins the fun of the game, because I personally don't enjoy begging medics or supports for supplies, going to ammo or health stations when I am already low on health isn't fun either. And it is just stupid, unfun busy work. Yeah, great, a sniper shot me in the chest from across the map, I got 45 health left, and the health locker is quite far away. Just lovely, just send me to the spawn screen instead. And also punishes you for winning fights. Like when you 1v1 someone, you probably take some damage if you win. And depending on how much damage you took, you will be at a disadvantage in the next fight. Which just absolutely sucks. That might also be the reason that awful players don't mind attrition as much, because they barely win fights or stay alive long enough to actually run out of supplies. And also just ruins the pace of the game. With the previous health regen there would be a little bit of downtime within fights, because the player has to wait a little bit till he's healed up. But no, now depending on the class or where he is on the map, he can just instantly heal himself and go back into the action. I actually tried it out once. By spamming C I managed to survive 3 bolt action shots. Which is just a bit silly, I'd say. The attrition also bleeds into the vehicles. So much fun not having any ammo or being able to repair your tank back to 100%. I remember this one time on Iwo Jima Breakthrough. In the base, just before we go into the tunnels, I got a tank, I go 50 to 0 or something. I helped push my team forward. But at some point I just ran out of ammo. I could not drive back to the supply station behind me because it was out of bounds. No, the only supply station was in the middle of the fight basically. You know, that little crossroad between the crash plane and the small bunkers. I had no choice to go there. And I died of course, because I could not defend myself against the tank who was shooting at me. Thanks Attrition, really cool, appreciate it. It also promotes camping, because if you lose health you might be extra screwed, so people play more passively. Hell, even I stay close to supply stations in my tank, because I know I can repair my health back to 100% and get my ammo back. And that's not the only thing DICE did to promote camping in the game, but more about that later. It is there to force teamwork in the game. But human beings don't like to be forced to do stuff in their €60 entertainment product, with as a result the gameplay for everyone else is even worse. They tried to fix it after the beta with the OVA feedback, but the fixes made everything actually worse, because for example an assault player can get with the press of a single button all his explosives back, which usually would have had a small cooldown timer, which Battlefield 1 did quite well, I'd say. That game had a system where if you stand on an ammo box a timer starts, and after a bit it will refill your stuff. But you can actually move around, resulting in that you just can't spam your explosives, hop around between ammo boxes and spam more explosives. Wow, that was a lot about attrition, but now it is time for another thing I never want to see again. And those are the vehicle animations. Well, the just overabundance of animations in general. Varying from PTFOing animations, like arming an objective where you can shoot back if there is an enemy right in front of you, to reviving a teammate, like yes, just make me a sitting duck trying to help a teammate. That really makes me wanna risk my life for a few points and a ticket. Even worse, it might cost the team a ticket or 2, or even more. And also just teleports you onto the person, so even if you are safe in cover, you can just still poke out of cover because you are suddenly on top of him. I don't know, it's weird. The vehicle animations killed a lot of teamplay and fun moments too. From quickly repairing behind the cover of smoke during a fight, to the only in Battlefield moments that everyone knows and loves. Think of things like Jeep stuff, or even things like render and loop zooks. Or advanced heli techniques like seat switching, which takes some actual skill and coordination to pull off. Not that Battlefield 1 or 5 had any helicopters, but if this would be in a modern game, it will ruin that of course. But no, now we got lengthy entry and exit animations. Probably because some people complained about tankers hopping in and surprising them. Hey, fun fact, the tanker always gets out at the side their turret points at. Makes them a very easy target to shoot at. Have you tried it? You should. And as last, the mandatory bipod MNGs. I wanted to say something about the awful visibility in the game, but that is not a feature, but just poor technical art. Don't worry, I will mention it again. But yeah, the mandatory bipod MMGs. Forcing players to camp in a game is already unfun, but it also stops me from using an entire class of weapons that I used to enjoy in our games. It went from ratatatatatatatata, this is the sound of my people, eat legs you shithead, to lying with my dick in the dirt, where nobody can see me because the visibility is so trash there. And it blends all 50 shades of grey together in one awful mess. Sure, LMGs shouldn't be 100 bullet assault rifles like they were in Battlefield 4, but to just take all fun out of it? And what is even worse, there are people who defend this shit too, but it is realistic, woo! You can't just walk around with such a heavy gun, no, that's illegal, no! Yeah, so what, it is a video game. Also, we can ADS with the Lewis gun, and the thing is far heavier than most of the other LMGs in the game. It also made the S2-200 completely pointless. Thanks, game mechanic, yeah. But yeah, that is 3 mechanics I never want to see again in a Battlefield franchise. It only promotes the worst kind of gameplay and is just plain unfun and hampers skillful play. And sometimes it hampers even actual teamwork. But hey, that is all I got for now. Subscribe for more. This was Danny and I see you on the battlefield.